Hello, I welcome you all to today's lesson, even as we revise through this week that I gave you to answer as an assignment. So this is a 2022 GP geometric progression. So we'll go through the GCE paper, even the paper for the internal candidates. So this was the 2022 internal candidates paper. So the question is saying, I'm going to write each and every question. So I would like you to follow through everything that I'm going to say and make sure that you are writing down the solutions for a better understanding. The question is saying, given that, this is the first question that you are given that the third term, given that the third and sixth terms of a geometric progression are 3/4 and 3/32 respectively. This is what you are given. Then the question here, the first question is saying find the first question you are told to find the first term and the common ratio. This is what you are told. You want to find the first term and the common ratio. How can you go about this particular question? What are you supposed to do? So you want to find the first term and the common ratio. This is the first part of this particular question. So you find the first term and the common ratio. So you are given this data here. The first thing that you need to know, you know that the third term, you are given the third term. What is the third term? You are told that the third term and sixth term of a GP are 3/4 and 3/32, like this. So this is the third term and sixth term. So what you are supposed to do here is something that is very simple. When you hear the word respective, meaning the first thing here which is mentioned is going with the first thing here which is given. So the third term is 3/4. This is what you're given. And you're given the sixth term. Sixth term is 3/32. This is what you are given. You want to find the first term and the common ratio. So what are you supposed to do? What you are supposed to do here, you say, this is what you are going to say now. You are going to use the data which is here to answer this particular question. So you know that the formula for the nth term, since in this question we are given terms, sixth term, third term, so we are given terms. So you know that Tn is equal to ARn minus 1. This is what you know. Where you know that you have been given the third term, so meaning T3 is equal to, what is the first term you don't know? What is the common ratio you don't know? But you know that there is 3 minus 1. This you know. Then what is your third term? The third term has been given. The third term is what? 3/4. So what you are going to do is this is what you are going to do. 3/4 is equal to AR to the power 2. This is what you are going to have. You are going to name this as your equation 1. Hope you know where we are going. We want to form simultaneous equations so that we can find the A, which is the first term, R there, which is the common ratio. This is equation 1. We move to equation 2. We get that one there. So we know that T6 is equal to, the formula is already written there. So I won't repeat this formula. So I say AR, what is the term there? 6. I say 6 minus what? 6 minus 1. Then what is the sixth term? It is 3/32, which is equal to AR 5 there. AR to the power 5. This is my equation what? Equation 2, like this. So once I reach here, then everything becomes simple. It's just easy now to solve these two equations. This is something that you already know. So you get these two equations and solve them simultaneously. So what are you supposed to do for you to answer these particular questions? You know that this part which is here, you can cross multiply here. So you can have something like 3 is equal to 4ar squared, like this. Then even there you can cross multiply over 1 there, you can cross multiply. You are going to have 3 is equal to what? 3 is equal to 32ar power 5. These are the two equations that we formed now. So you know that a is the first term, r is the common ratio. So you solve this. This is the simultaneous equation. This is what you are going to do. This is something that is very simple, and I believe each one of you can manage to work out this particular question. So what are you supposed to do? Hope you are able to follow me through. It is as a matter of understanding the question here. Understand what I'm doing, understand what to do. These are the questions that you are going to encounter even in your exams. So I want you people to follow me properly, understand clearly, so that you'll be able to handle each and every question that you are going to encounter even in the exam room. So this is what you are supposed to do. You solve this now simultaneously. Solve this simultaneously now. So what are you going to do? You can either make A the subject of the formula if you want, or if you want, you can make what? R the subject of the formula. The choice is yours. You can do anything that you want. So if you get this part here, I'll get this one. So I'll be writing each and every step so that I don't want anyone to remain behind like this. Have you seen? So you want to make A the subject of the formula. You divide by this. This is even here 4r squared. So r squared and r squared cancelled. 4 and 4 cancelled. You remain with A. You say A is equal to, so A is equal to what? A is equal to, this is what you're going to do, 3 over 4r squared. This is the value of A. Have you seen? So this is how we get to solve. After you do this, at first I had to get this one. Then after making A the subject of the formula, then I get this other one. Where there is A, I'm going to put what? I'm going to put this value here because I know that A is equal to that. So what do I mean? I'm going to say 3 is equal to 32. What is my A? This is my A. 3 over 4r squared. I do this. So this one here, I'm going to write it here so that you see everything that I'm going to write it there. It is 3 over 4r squared. So then I'm going to have r power 5. So you know that here, this one here, this r2 cancelled, they are cancelled, remain with r3 like this. 2, when you're dividing, when you say power 5 over power 2, it is just the same as r5 minus 2. So that's why there is a 3 there. So don't be confused. Then you know that 4 there, it is 1. 4 there, it is what? 8, like this. This is something that we've remained with. So what am I remaining with? So you say 3, this is what you are going to do. We are going to say 3 is equal to this times that. What is 8 times 3? It is 24. Have you seen? You get what? A 24. Here everything is cancelled. You've just remained with r power what? R power 3, like this. This is what you are going to have. This is what you are going to have. So after reaching this part, don't forget, so let me write it there on top. So this is the part that I'm going to write there on top. So don't be confused. Hope you have followed me nicely. So there are only two important things there. There is just the A part, which is A is equal to 3 over 4r squared, like this. Then there is this part, 3 is equal to 24r cubed, like this. This is what I've remained with. You divide both sides by 24. You also divide there by 24. This, that cancelled. So r cube is equal to 3 there is 1. 3 there, it is 8. It's 1 over what? 1 over 8, like this. So how can you cancel that? This is power 3. Have you seen? That is power 3. So whenever there is power 3, you put a cube there. You put a cube there. Even here, you introduce a cube. Have you seen? So this cube root and that power 3 will be cancelled. So I'm going to run with r is equal to. So I introduced a cube. What does it mean? So I had to introduce a cube. So what does it mean? It means that which number can you multiply 3 times by itself to get 1? It is 1 over. You go down here. Which number can you multiply 3 times to get 8? It is 2. When you multiply 2 times 2 times 2, you are going to get 8. So finally, this is the value of what? R. This is what you need to do. If you don't want to go this way, there is also a simpler way where you say r power 3 is equal to 1 over 8. So you want to cancel that, you multiply by reciprocal of that. So what is the reciprocal of 3? It is 1 over 3. You put these in brackets, you have to multiply with 1 over 3. Even here you put 1 over 3. So there, this 3 and that 3 will be cancelled. You remain with the r power 1. 1 we don't indicate, which is equal to. So what does this mean? This means that it is the cube root of that. You put a 3 there, then you say 1 over 8, like this. You follow now the procedure. Which number can you multiply 3 times to get 1? It is 1. Which number can you multiply 3 times to get 8? It is 2. So our common ratio is 1 over 2. There, I have this formula here that I wrote at first, meaning where there is r, I'm going to put 1 over 2. So meaning that A is equal to 3 over 4 multiplied by 1 over 2. I do this to the power what? Power 2, like this. This is what I will be doing, where I say A is equal to what? A is equal to 3 over 4 multiplied by 1 there over, what is 1 to the power 2? It is 1. 2 to the power 2, it is 4, like this. This 4 and that 4 be cancelled. Then I'm just going to have what? 3 over 1 there. 3 divided by 1, it is 3. So first term is equal to what? Is equal to 3. This is my answer. This is what I'm supposed to do. As simple as this. So here the secret is just to follow what I'm doing, to follow all the procedures that I've done. We move to the next question. Hope you've understood this part. The next question, you are told to find the nth term. You know that we've just from finding the first term is 3. The common ratio is 1 over 2, like this. So how do you find the nth term? You know that Tn is equal to ARn minus 1. You just substitute these values, then you are done. This is very simple when you just answer the first part, where you say Tn is equal to, what is the first term? 3. What is the common ratio? 1 over 2. You do this, then you say n minus 1. They just want you to write the formula. So this is the what? This is the nth term. How do you find the nth term? You write the formula for the nth term and just substitute these values. Just put the first term and the common ratio in the formula. Everything will remain the same. So just like this, you are done. This is what you need to do. These are procedures that you need to get and understand. So now we move to the last question. Hope you've seen how I've answered this. Don't multiply like 1 times 3. It is so 3 over 2 to the power n minus 1. Don't make such mistake. Don't make such mistake in an exam. This thing, the common ratio has got a power there, so you can't multiply here. Make sure that you understand these things. I don't want you people to make mistakes in an exam. We go to the last part. The last part was telling us to find the last part was saying find the sum to infinity. Sum to infinity. You want to find sum to infinity. Sum to infinity of the progression of the what? Geometric progression. So this progression, how do you find the sum to infinity? So I told you that you can only find the sum to infinity if the common ratio is less than 1. If the common ratio is greater than 1, then you cannot find the sum to infinity for that particular progression. So sum to infinity is equal to A, which is first term 1 minus R. This is what you are going to do. Where you know that you can substitute there direct, where you say, what is your first term? That is 3 over 1 minus common ratio 1 over 2. So this is just the same as what? 3 divide. This is division. So what is 1 minus half? It is half. You remain with a half. Such that half plus half you get 1. So how do you work out that? You say sum to infinity is equal to 3. It will change to multiplication. The 2 goes up. The 1 comes down here. Where you are going to say that therefore a sum to infinity is equal to what? 6. This is your answer. This is how you get to find the sum to infinity. So you just need to know this formula. You just need to understand this formula. If the sum to infinity and on the common ratio, we get the modulus. Modulus of the common ratio should be less than what? 1. So if the common ratio is negative, you get the modulus, meaning that here you put it as a positive. So make sure that you understand this. You put it as a positive, you get the modulus. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to get and understand. This was 2022 internal candidates. Let us now go to the 2022 GCE paper. This is another question. Let's see how we can answer this particular question. So I want you people to follow me properly and make sure you write down the solutions that I'm giving you. So this is 2022 GCE. So the first 3 terms of a GP are so 3, 6, 12. Find the nth term. That's the question you are told to find the nth term. The next question you are told to find the geometric mean. So let me first start with this one, which is very simple. How do you find the geometric mean? So geometric mean is given by this formula. You just say what is the square root of 96 times 384. You do this. So what answer are you going to get when you multiply there? What answer are you getting when you multiply? You say 96 times 384. What is your answer? You are going to get 36864. What is the square root here? when you introduce the square root, what answer are you going to get? You are going to get 192. That is the what? The square root of this number, meaning that this is the geometric mean of 96 and 384. In other words, when you are told to find the geometric mean, you just need to find the square root of the multiplication of the two numbers which you are given. This is what you need to do, and these are the procedures that you need to put in place. Make sure that you follow this. You just need to answer it as simple as this. So I've answered this part. This is the answer that you need to understand. So I've answered that part. Let us now go to the first question, where you are told to find the nth term. This is also very simple. So this question was the simplest question that you can ever find in an exam. You know that here you just need to write the formula. This is the formula like this. You just substitute two values. What is your first term? Your first term is 3. What is your common ratio? Common ratio you are not given. So you say T3 divided by T2. This is what you are going to do. So when you do the division there, common ratio is equal to, what is T3? T3, it is 12. Over what is T2? That is 6. 12 divided by 6, it is what? 12. If you don't know how to deal with these calculations, make sure that you use a calculator, because a calculator is allowed. So you know that this is your common ratio 2, and the first term is what? 3. You substitute these values in this formula. Tn is equal to, what is your first term? 3. Common ratio 2. So 2 to the power n minus 1. So you can put this in brackets like this. Have you seen? This is what, so Tn is equal to 3. If you want, you can say times 2 to the power n minus 1. There is no problem. But don't make a mistake of multiplying here. You multiply, then you say that it is 6 to the power n minus 1. Don't make such a mistake. These are two different things. There is a power there. So don't make that mistake. Don't multiply. You can't multiply here. So you put, don't say 32. This is 2 in brackets. This one is in brackets. Then you put that. So this is what you are supposed to do. This is what you need to know and understand. I believe this is very simple. You are able to follow through. You are able to understand this. This is very simple. So now we move to the other question. So the last question, these were simple questions. 2022 GCE geometric was very simple. So even the paper that you are going to write, it will be very simple. It will be very, very simple. So here you want to find the what? What do you want to find? The last question, which is C, was telling us to find sum of find the sum of the first 8 terms. How can you find the sum of the first 8 terms? You use the formula now. I gave you everything that you need to know. I gave you all the formulas that you need to get and understand. So you know that on the sum of the first 8 terms, you consider the common ratio. If the common ratio is greater than 1, there is this formula that I gave you that you need to use. Say A Rn minus 1. Do this, which is equal to R minus 1. This is what you are going to do. So this is the particular formula that you need to use. We substitute values. Any first 8 terms. So n is 8. What is your first term? Your first term is 3. What is your common ratio? Common ratio is 2. So you substitute now the values in there. This is what you are going to do. So this 8 is equal to, what is your first term? 3. You do this. R, common ratio 2 to the power n is 8 minus 1, you do this. Here you've got 2 minus 1, it is 1. So even if you don't include the down part, there is no problem because there is a 1 there. If you want, some people may be confused. It is just like this. So you can multiply everything at once there. I say 3, open bracket, 2 to the power 8 minus 1, close. What answer are you getting? You are getting 7, 6, 5. We follow procedure over 1. You just say, therefore, the sum of the first 8 terms is equal to 7, 6, 5. This is what you are supposed to do. So this is what I expected you to be doing even in the assignment that I gave you. I gave you these 2 questions to practice as your assignment, but I don't know why people were failing. I believe we don't know the meaning of the word assignment. Assignment to research. The reason why I give assignment is so that you acquire more information. You research how to go. Even as you are researching, you are gaining more knowledge and more information on these particular questions. So I'm training you so that you may understand these things. If they are to come in an exam, you will know how to go about this. You are going to know how to handle them. So these are simple things that I expected everyone to get everything correct. So this was a public video on YouTube. And those of you that are not under my teachings and you could like to join me, you can text me on this number. This is my number. You can text me on WhatsApp. This is the number that I use. So if you know someone that wants tuition, you can give them this number. It's only 100 kwacha per month, Zambian kwacha. So 100 kwacha per month. Just 100 kwacha per month for you to be part. So those of you under my teachings, this is what I gave you. And I expected you to answer everything. So let us see what we are going to do. I've got a question for you. I've prepared some questions for you. I see if you followed this. I see where you are lacking behind. But this is what we are supposed to do. This is what you need to know, get, and understand. So I've just revised with you these past paper questions. With those that we did, I believe you've gathered some information under this. So thank you so much. Let's now see. Let's check through in the group the work that is there, which is the application of these things. Now I see if we are now able to answer questions related to this. Thank you so much.